Every time we touch, I get this feeling. Good morning! I've already been 2 hours on my drive here. I've got another 2.5 hours to go, I guess. I'm going to Edmonton, where Nick lives, the owner of Black Sheep Industries, and we're gonna meet up and hang out, and then I got a meeting after that, and like, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this day for so long. Well, not so long, because I haven't known about it so long, but I've been so excited about it, because this could be the beginning of like, a whole different realm of like, my life. Basically, whole different realm of my life. I gotta get some petrol now, is the non-North American skies would say.
What are you doing?
I'm here to raid your building.
Yeah, where are you?
Out front.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't see you.
I'm in a red truck.
Oh, there you are in the red right there. I see you. Okay, I'll let you in. Give me 2 minutes, okay?
Okay. There's the man's. Come on in!
Does your accountant have that? Do you know?
He has that.
Okay, good. That's perfect.
I have to sign and print?
Yeah, I think there's 2 lines, so why not?
Okay.
As long as you spell your name the same way each time, that's all.
Yeah, as long as you remember how to spell it.
You're using a C. I with a C. What?
So eventually what happened in that meeting with Nick is that I signed some paperwork and now I just became part owner of Black Sheep Industries. This is huge for me. As you guys know, me and Nick have been working together forever. He's been sponsoring the build, and like, I love his attitude and I love where the company's going, and I love built by racers for racers. It's been a lifelong dream just to be a part of the performance aftermarket industry, specifically turbocharger stuff, because I love boosted anything. So for me, this is like a dream come true, and hopefully it's just a stepping stone to the next thing, and like, it's overwhelming for me. Like, financials aside, this is the funnest move I could have made. And you got to do something that you love. You can't just think about the money involved, because right now Black Sheep isn't a huge company. It's not like some multi-million-dollar company or something. We're just 2 little guys, and hopefully that dream becomes a reality for us. And like I said, I'm just overwhelmed with joy, and I'm not the best public speaker or the best speaker in general, but I know what I love. I love turbochargers. I love the performance aftermarket industry for turbos. So this move for me, for my spirit and my soul, is the right thing to do. So that's just overwhelming and amazing, and I'm so excited to start this journey in my life. I just picked up some pizzas from the corner store because I am 5 hours from home. But Nick was just finishing up at work because he does work full-time as well. This is like a side gig that hopefully both of us can make a full-time gig out of. But I'm gonna head over to his house now because he's just gonna be getting off work, and let's hang out with Nick for a bit. You know we're here when there's turbos and wastegates on the countertop. These are actually my 2 personal wastegates. We're just gonna take them apart and check them over because we used them all season. Just, you know, see how they're holding up. Maybe give them a quick once over with some grease. Hey, keep it down over there. Can't you see I'm trying to make videos? Can't you see I'm trying to make videos?
I'm super self-conscious.
Stop it. We're the small guys, dude. We're the new small guys on the block. Apple started in the garage, didn't it?
Sure did.
These things are super baller, but I've never got a chance to use one yet.
Wait till the new version comes out.
Oh yeah.
She's happy.
All right, this is the one thing that Nick doesn't have on the site that like I wish he would sell because it's so awesome. But these are like 2.5 inch Schedule 10 to T4 flange, which make fabricating so much easier, because I've been in a situation myself where I try to put a 2.5 inch pipe into a T4 flange and you've got to beat the shit out of it. But that would just be so much better. But no, Nicholas doesn't want to do that. Saving him for his own manifolds.
Yeah.
And Nick also is like, hey, I don't want to, like, it's so unorganized. I'm so self-conscious right now. But this is the video that needs to be made. So we can look back on this video in a year's time and be like, wow, look at how far we've come from where we were a year ago. You'll be proud of this video in a year time, Nick, when I send it to you again. So V1 or 40 and V2, always progressing. So yeah, you can't get this one anymore. These are the new ones. I didn't break them. I dented one, but I didn't break them. I dropped one on the floor by accident. And I lost a screw. Look at that. This is the 50 mil blow-off valve. And this is actually like one of the test ones that Nick is like, no, I'm not satisfied because this little tiny taper right there on the fitting. So he's like, no, I can't sell that. So now I get it to put on the Mustang. Dang, that looks so good. So as you can tell, I'm super stoked about this, and this is like the first step for moving out of having an actual job into doing something that I absolutely love doing. So I knew I wanted to be a part of Black Sheep Industries from the start. There's just something about Nick's brain that works, and I know he's gonna be super successful at whatever he tries to do, and he needs to put his mind to it. So I worked really hard to grow my platforms, and I think as a team, we have this amazing opportunity where I have all you guys watching me and loving what I do, and I'm over here looking at Nick like, man, I love what you do. I want to be part of that. And if we combine the two things that we have, we can make this thing a thing. Which leads us into buying this welder. Like as soon as I signed the paperwork, I was like, we're doing a giveaway right away. This is going to be a thing. I see all the other big YouTubers being like $1, one entry. And I was like, well, let's start giving away some fab stuff so we can get other people into the fab life, because that was the game changer for me when I did this YouTube channel. A couple years ago, I didn't know how to fabricate, I didn't know how to weld, I didn't have any of that stuff. But what I did was I picked up a welder and I coined my phrase failing upwards, where I started doing it and I learned how to do it by just completely failing in the right direction. So if I failed, I learned why I failed, and then we kept going from there. Anyways, I bought this welder, an Everlast 185. It's a TIG and a stick machine. I don't recommend using the stick, but we can do this now. Where $1 spent on my merch store or $1 spent at Black Sheep Industries Inc. will get you one entry for the welder. Unfortunately, when I was down there with Nick, the wastegates were supposed to be ready that day. However, we did notice something on the quality control. The O-rings from the manufacturer can be plus or minus 30 thousandths. The first batch of O-rings we got, they worked good. They worked with the wastegates fine. But the second batch of O-rings we got were 30 thousandths smaller than the first batch. And then we got another batch of O-rings, and they were also out. So we're just working to fix that kerfuffle, and the wastegates will be live very soon. So we have a little bit of a staggered entry here. The 45mm wastegates will be live on the website within probably 2 weeks, and then the 60s and the blow-up valves will follow after that. When we put the wastegates up last time, they sold out almost immediately, so thank you guys for that. But yes, I am super stoked for this opportunity, and I had to hold out just for a little tiny bit, just because some unforeseen circumstances came up. Big things are happening, and they're going to be happening quick, so I hope like everything just escalates. Like I have another big announcement coming up probably in another couple weeks, and that's going to be awesome. I feel like after Hoonigan reached out to us when they wanted us down at the pad, like everything seems like it's just falling into place that we're becoming a thing, and I can't express how awesome that is, how awesome the feeling is to like work on these YouTube videos for 5 years now, and it feels like we're getting some recognition. People are knowing who Boosted Lifestyle is. However, when I see threads online, they're like, who's your favorite YouTuber? I always scroll through them and I'm like, I haven't made these yet. I wish I could show you how many takes I took to film this, because English is like my worst subject when I was in school, even though school just teaches you to be a production line worker. But I'm trying to get across the point that like how freaking super excited I am for this whole thing. Like Black Sheep is like, it's this big right now, but it already has plans to be this big, and we're thinking this big. And Nick says, and I love his philosophies, but he said, if people are saying you're thinking too big, that's when you know you're thinking big enough. And I love that. I love it. And we're thinking big, and we're constantly like calling each other, messaging each other with ideas. We're coming up with, we're just branching out like slowly. We're gonna grab that part of the market, we're gonna grab that part of the market, we're gonna grab that part of the market, and we're really focusing on this whole Canadian thing, because we're North Canada, so our market is like the Canadian guy. But I want it to be all of us. And like, I've seen photos of you guys send me on Instagram of you guys ordering your wastegates and stuff, and like it's so exciting. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. I've been working on putting the 8 turbo Mustang back together.
I didn't mean to have such a big gap between uploads here, but because this one was supposed to be out like a week ago and it's not gonna be out, there ended up being a big gap between videos. And I didn't want to give you another 8-turbo Mustang video without having it 100% complete. So that's what I'm doing. I'm grinding out the hours just to make you a nice long video instead of a bunch of little more short ones. And in other news, I have been ordering all-wheel drive Honda parts for our 4-turbo Honda Civic, and I'm thinking that after this welder, maybe something a bit bigger than the welder, but then maybe the Honda. How you guys feel about a Black Sheep Industries built Honda Civic, all-wheel drive, street driven? It's got a built B16 in it. We'll take the 4 turbos off it. We'll build a really nice turbo kit built by me, single turbo, like a 62 millimeter, something like 58, 62, to make like 350, 400 wheel horsepower. I will drive for the streets. It'll be like this crazy little beast thing. How would you guys feel about that for the next giveaway? Or the one following that? So let me know in the comments. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how to put it into words because the way my brain works, I can make sentences from here, but to go from here to here, something gets lost in the translation because I'm not trained speaker guy in my life. And then it comes out and it doesn't make sense. Peace easy and get that V.